Now we're going to review this magnificent villa. Mikhail will tell us the details. And if you want to know the prices and get the floor plan of this beautiful house, stay with us. Today we're with a well-known developer in Paphos. Mikhail is with us. The developer has a large portfolio of villa projects, and today we're at one of them. Mikhail, could you say a few words and tell us the secret of your success? What's the key?
That's an interesting question for an hour-long conversation. But right now we are at our flagship project located in Peia in the mountains, right next to a protected valley. And we're currently at one of the frontline villas where the main facade opens directly onto the protected area. And now we can go take a look. You'll see for yourself the quality of our workmanship, our approach to the area around the villa, and our choice of finishing materials. We use various solutions that we order directly from Italy, such as 3-meter high doors with brass frames. So, of course, you need to walk through and take a closer look.
Let's go, yes.
Through premium quality.
Pay attention to the team working on the landscape design. That's a rarity. Look at how many employees are working here and how actively they're working.
Yes. If you count our entire team, including those handling contracting work, those maintaining the grounds after the sale, and those working on various IT solutions. So we've already grown to more than probably 150 employees who are with us in-house, whom we train, and who are imbued with our spirit of creating a home you want to live in. Yes, and that could be a studio in the city center or a huge 6-bedroom villa like this one, but the solutions will be of equally high quality. That's very important. Right now we're actually in a villa with 6-meter high ceilings because there's a double height space here, and we're in the kitchen living room. So there are 2 levels here. The upper floor is essentially a residential block with 3 bedrooms, and the floor where most likely the whole family will spend their time. That's why here we have a pool, a barbecue area, a huge terrace, several levels of jacuzzi, which is installed over there, which is especially convenient in the winter. Of course, the pool is heated.
Excellent. That's a great point because sometimes that's really missing. What about underfloor heating, the VRV system? Any technical specifications? Tell us, what do you equip your properties with?
Of course, there is water-based underfloor heating in all rooms, even in the bedrooms where parquet is laid. So that's natural wood, and there's underfloor heating there as well. Naturally, the base here includes a smart home system, which is built on KNX. Accordingly, you can adapt it to your needs and conditions just the way you want. In other words, our engineers have included everything to the maximum so that nothing needs to be added later. Of course, there are built-in air conditioners here. Naturally, the villa is insulated. There are energy-saving windows, double-glazed units with a special coating so that the air conditioners don't make noise and the climate remains comfortable. In other words, everything that should be done in a business or premium class villa. No specials anywhere. All connections are through a level floor. Of course, when you open the windows, the kitchen, living room, and pool areas merge into one space. This is super important. Naturally, all the filters and plumbing are installed in the kitchen.
Yes.
So here,
everything is sized just right so that whether you're with your family or hosting a group, everyone can be comfortably accommodated and feel at ease.
Also, for example, here, we really wanted to make the kitchen space feel much cleaner and more streamlined. So there's absolutely no hanging range hood from the ceiling, primarily because the hood is thoughtfully built directly into the cooktop. Yes, of course, we already have a built-in refrigerator as well. That doesn't surprise anyone these days.
By the way, just a note, I wish the fridge was a bit bigger.
That's why we also installed a separate freezer.
Ah, got it.
So you don't have to install a separate freezer. Of course, we have a dishwasher, which is included in the price. There's still some work being done here to prepare the villa for handover to the client because we always handle the finishing touches with our own team. In other words, we bring the villa to perfection so that it's absolutely ideal.
Ideal. What is this surface? Can you tell me what this is on top? Is it natural stone, artificial? What is this?
We use corian. This is a material that's been tried and tested in many places, probably in every country, in villas, houses, apartments everywhere. It can be polished, it's very durable, and you can put something hot or cold on it.
So there won't be any marks left if I put something hot on it?
Of course, at the same time, it comes in various shades that you can match to the color of your cabinets, like here, where it's matched to the veneer. It makes the kitchen surface very clean because there are no unnecessary seams. Here, the sink is made from the same material, right? So it's always a good, clean, and proper solution. We use several types of plumbing fixtures. So usually our standard options are Videohoy and Grohe, but here, since these are truly top-class villas, we also use Cugetti fixtures. This is genuine Italy. Of course, as in all our other projects, all the plumbing will be built into the wall. There won't be any classic chrome fittings. Instead, there will be high-quality matte graphite, dark finish for all the fixtures, and naturally, everything will be of the highest class.
Mikhail, I have a question. Our client, for example, prefers, after buying a villa, not to deal with issues like furnishing, searching for suitable furniture, lighting, or decor. Do you offer a service where once I've bought the property, you can do everything turnkey, just the way I like it?
Of course we do. That is, even though we already include a lot in the basic package, as I mentioned before, things like underfloor heating, wooden floors, a huge number of outlets with built-in USB and Type-C ports, plumbing fixtures, and so on. There's even music wired outside at this villa, not to mention the architectural lighting, the garden, and everything else. But the furniture set is something very personal. Even though this villa was designed by a renowned British firm, we still offer options for how it can look. Everyone has their own preferences, and we can accommodate them because our team includes an auto sales division. So you can order any option you like. Well, basically, to suit any taste, including a trip to Italy to select fabrics. So of course, we can do all of this for the client. But in terms of the cost of a basic solution for a villa, say, for example, with 4 to 6 bedrooms, you should expect it to be around 90 to 150,000. That will get you quite good furniture. Italian pieces that will fit into the interior and keep it looking current for many years. This is also the main option. And the key point is, when you want to resell the villa later or quickly renovate it, you just change the furniture and it looks modern again.
Yes.
The main thing that's important for us regarding doors is that in any type of property, it's a built-in frame with concealed hinges. But here, this is a truly authentic Italian solution. The hinges are hidden inside a brass frame, and there are magnetic locks as well. All of this goes from floor to ceiling in height.
I really like the height.
Yes. So my height is, I usually say in videos, is a little over 2 meters. And here you can see how tall the door is. And it really is huge. And that's important. First of all, it provides good sound insulation. Secondly, it's simply pleasant to open the door, to touch the brass handle. And even when the door is open, we can see how beautifully all the fine luxury details of this piece are executed.
I want to show that the devil is in the details, how aesthetically pleasing and beautiful it all is. Even from a woman's perspective, nothing catches the eye. No gaps, nothing unnecessary. The quality of the hardware is outstanding.
Yes, and besides the hardware, many people forget that in a house, in addition to beautiful walls, furniture, and everything else, there are also engineering systems. Engineering systems are something you will most likely never redo. And you really want to be lucky enough that everything in the house is done right from the start by the right team with the right hands, so you never have to open up the walls. That's why we do all of this ourselves. We have various control sensors, basically for everything in the house: curtains, climate, lighting, audio system, and the possibilities for customization are endless. So you have control over any room right here on this little monitor in each of the rooms. All the switches are touch sensitive. That is, they allow you to adjust different lighting options. We have night modes, evening modes, daytime modes, and everything is dimmable. For example, you can set up curtain lighting like the one behind us right now and program it, say, as a nightlight for a child. It's very convenient. Again, if we look at seemingly simple things like outlets, right? So we know there will be a bed here, a nightstand, and all of us have a phone or a tablet. We just put it on the nightstand and plug it in via USB or Type-C, whichever cable you have. So you don't need those switches.
Additional gadgets, yes, indeed.
White ones, especially those that plug into black outlets. Here, you just use the outlet directly. It's very convenient and very beautiful. Again, the furniture, there are built-in wardrobes everywhere. That's standard in Cyprus.
A wardrobe.
But yes, this particular door is also exceptionally important, primarily because here you have a delightful little bonus in the form of a meticulously designed dust guard, ensuring that the interior space remains consistently and impeccably clean. Again, the exquisite finish, the premium veneer, the integrated lighting, and the high-quality hinges equipped with soft closer sole contribute to its superior functionality and aesthetic appeal. Well, basically, San Giacomo,
Yes.
I think those who know understand, and this kind of wardrobe is in every bedroom. We specifically make the wardrobes go all the way up to the ceiling to maximize storage space, because if you have a house, of course, you'll have a lot of things that need to be stored somewhere. That's why both in the kitchen and in the wardrobes of every room, we have a lot of storage space, not just for things you use all the time, but also for seasonal items. So, for example, in the walk-in closet, you can easily store suitcases for the whole family. And as a rule, for a family of even 4 people, that's at least 8 suitcases, which everyone tends to forget about. And you might also play golf, or you might
Go skiing.
skiing, yes. And all of that needs to be stored somewhere, besides the storage room you already have. You can also store it in the walk-in closet. Again, suspended staircases are quite a complex solution, especially if you want to execute them with high quality. So here, as you walk, nothing shakes or vibrates anywhere. At the same time, glass is installed here, and there isn't a single support under this staircase. And each step has its own lighting for the evening. This is an important detail here. For example, this is the main entrance to the house. And thanks to this section here, where we have the mechanical room storage and the entrance to the garage on the right, you get complete privacy. So a car or a person passing by outside your fence can't see the entrance to the house at all. Let's take a look at the master bedroom and the 2 guest rooms, which are also located on this floor. One of them is especially interesting as it has a separate exit to the street. This is the master suite. So on the right, we have the entrance to the bathroom through the walk-in closet. A special type of portal is used here. So instead of having 4 or 6 window sections, you only have 3 large ones.
And you can fold everything like this and open it up as much as possible.
Open it up as much as possible. And here you have a huge balcony. So the bedroom itself is over 25 square meters if you count the different parts of the walk-in closet and the bathroom. But at the same time, you also have a huge balcony that lets you enjoy the sunrise and look out at the sea.
This is a very important detail. This is for water drainage, right? This is this hollow.
Yes. Moreover, what we saw with you on the ground, there is exactly the same drainage system, which is located around the pool and around the terrace. But there is also a drainage system inside the window profile itself. This is very important because to make the floor level,
Yes.
but to prevent water from getting inside the room, you need to install a drainage system. This is very important in Cyprus. Also here is a not very noticeable nuance, but a very important one, the absence of a baseboard. That is the shadow seams that are under the ceiling and that are between the floor and the wall. They give a certain effect of a hanging wall and add volume. Doing this is very difficult, labor intensive.
Technically, you mean?
And technically nerve-wracking, yes, but it gives a really cool effect. It's very modern, and I think it will stay relevant in the future as well. A huge amount of storage space. There's an option to install a 3-meter high mirror, so you can admire yourself before going out. That's a towel warmer. You can have it separately.
Made of some kind of brass material, right? What is it? Is it brass or something?
Yes, and it matches the color of the faucets, the color of the freestanding faucet, with a bidet shower, and of course,
Incredible marble.
in the master bedroom, there's a bathroom, a shower, and a bathtub, and there's a coating on the window. It's also possible upon request to install special slats on the window or additional exterior protections like extra tinting. In about 6 months or a year at most, the plants will grow tall enough. And that cypress tree by the neighbor's window will completely block the view. And there's nothing else here.
No one else.
And then the garden will grow, just like we've seen in our other projects, so that it will block the view for someone walking, for example, from their house to the pool.
What kind of marble is this and where do you source it from?
This is Italian porcelain stoneware, and you can see how tall it is. So these are large slabs, 2.5 meters each, and they come in different shades for the guest bathrooms and the master bathroom. Now we'll go take a look at the guest bathroom. It's lighter, but done in the same style.
Oh, some kind of air conditioning system is already running.
It basically monitors itself. So the smart home is set to a certain temperature, and with sensors, this smart home system monitors the climate.
Climate control.
For example, your floor heating and air conditioning can automatically turn on according to the set temperature mode and maintain the temperature you want. So you set whatever is comfortable for you, and then you don't have to think about it anymore. In the same way, there are separate sensors on the ceilings, for example, in the bathrooms and corridor areas. So when you enter be opening the door or simply walking into the room, the lights turn on, which is quite important. Here, the tile is a slightly different type with a similar marble pattern, but designed more for guest bathroom. At the same time, it features the same sanitary ware, the same doors, and the same fittings. Again, the mirror lighting and the mirrors themselves always come as standard, and they are heated because that's important.
They simply won't turn off when you are in the room.
Yes, it's an interesting room. Yes, this is specifically designed so that this room can be used for a child, a nanny, or some staff who need to access the room directly from the garage, for example.
Into the house, yes.
It's convenient because there's a guest bathroom nearby, and essentially it's a kind of separate standalone living unit. You could call it that.
Maybe there's something similar with access to the kitchen or to some kind of work area or...
That can be arranged additionally. Here, we implemented a standard solution so that there's simply access from the street to the sleeping area and the bathroom. Downstairs, almost every room has an exit you saw it either to the inner courtyard or outside to the pool. Again here, if you exit from this bedroom, for example, or from the main entrance, you can go to the right and walk down to the pool area, bypassing the house, or from this side. There's also a staircase through the garden in the same way. If you walk over here and take a look, you can also go down to the pool area.
Yes, staircase.
So we have provided different options for the placement of, let's say, the exit and entrance zones to the recreation area. Again, why is this possible? Because our plots reach up to 2,500 square meters, which allows us to arrange the garden and create various pathways to the house around the villa.
I see that your landscape design is very well adapted to the local weather and conditions. Yes, here in Cyprus we have 340 sunny days a year, and these plants handle such temperatures very well.
Yes, our garden is under the direct supervision, so to speak, of the head of our company, Olga. And of course, the plants were chosen so that there would always be greenery, so that something would always be in bloom, and so that you would have some fruit trees in any part of your home, which is very important. You could make a whole separate episode just about the garden. And for each villa, the garden is slightly personalized because usually someone likes pomegranate trees and asks for more of them.
There are also a lot of people with allergies. That brings its own specifics as well. Your villas are richly equipped, pools, gardens. How much does the maintenance actually cost?
I would say it's not cheap because we provide a level of service that people expect from premium accommodations. You could say it's 24/7, including a concierge. Each of our complexes is a gated community with cameras and entry by tag or GSM. So, for example, the gates open for you with a call, and there is a video intercom system. But the maintenance cost depends on the number of units in each project or directly on the size of the unit. Here, for example, starting from 4,500 per year, you get full maintenance of the common areas. All the things located outside your villa, such as the children's or sports playground, recreation area, as well as security, gates, lighting, and so on. So basically, you pay once and don't have to think about it anymore. Also, for example, in this project, our lounge area near the beach is included in the operation. It's a place where, without losing the comfort of this project, so to speak, you can come, work in a meeting room that's set up just like in our business centers, change clothes, take a shower of the same standard, and then simply grab a towel, go for a swim, and leave everything there. There are special staff who will wash and clean everything afterwards. And then you can just calmly go home.
What is the price of the villas in this project?
The villas are a bit different. If we look at what's left, these are 4-bedroom, 3-story villas, and they start from 1,700,000. And the villa we're in right now, the one we've been walking through, is a 6-bedroom villa. It costs 2,800,000 as of today, and it's almost ready to move in. All that's left is to buy the furniture. There's one exclusive villa in this row that costs 3.5 million, but that one has 7 bedrooms. It has a separate spa under the pool. This is probably for someone who has already seen everything, but wants something truly super exclusive, yet doesn't want to spend 3.5 years building. In that case, yes. all our properties are suitable for permanent residency. Yes, we have a 5% VAT everywhere, so the money must come from abroad. And then the case depends on the specific buyer, because we have clients from all over the CIS, from the UK, from Germany, and each has a different payment history. So internally, we also have our own small family office that helps organize all these money transfers, handle all the bureaucratic procedures, and submit documents for registration. We can handle all of this for a person who has already made their decision. So basically, it's the same as everywhere else. That is, the money must come from abroad if the person wants to obtain permanent residency, and the rest is negotiable. If the client wants to pay in installments, of course, that's possible. And in fact, we might even partly insist on such an arrangement. Because if a villa is being built, for example, not like here, where only the furniture is left to be installed.
Here, everything is already tangible, of course.
Yes. And even here, the handover of the entire project is scheduled for the end of this year. And of course, you can pay half now and the rest upon receiving the keys, since that's still 3 or 4 months away. But if you have villas in a project that's still at the foundation stage, you can pay from 30 to 50% upfront and then continue paying by tying your payments, for example, to construction milestones or simply through some monthly installments or in some other way. In other words, we can discuss the payment schedule, of course.
Again, everything tailored to client.
Yes, we work in a segment where individualized, customized to the client.
There's a solution for any request.
Absolutely right.
Mikhail, I know you live in Paphos. And tell me, for our buyers, it's sometimes hard to decide Limassol or Paphos when moving to Cyprus.
It depends on the purpose of moving to Cyprus. So if it's probably young people who come and want some club parties, need to go to the office to work at 9 in the morning, then Limassol is probably interesting for them. But if you want a house by the sea or that kind of vibe when you move to live on an island, or if you've already made it in life, or this isn't your first home abroad, then probably Paphos is the place. It's different areas attract different types of people. For example, like here in Peia, the mountains, right? People move here once they've really figured out what they need in Cyprus, not just in terms of a house, but what and where exactly they want in Cyprus, where it's quiet, there are no neighbors, you can see the sea, and if you need to go somewhere, a driver will take you and bring you back. But for me, for example, as a family with children who go to school, I prefer another part of Paphos, near Raskipu, where there's a school and more infrastructure, so you can go for a walk with the kids. It's very convenient there too. And even if I need to go to Limassol, I can always get there in less than an hour. So here, everyone chooses what suits them best. But if we're talking about living, I think Paphos is the place.
I have one more special question. It's a hot topic in Cyprus right now. Will Cyprus join the Schengen area? What do you think?
I think sooner or later, yes. Or, as they say, Cyprus will join Schengen. We are all waiting for that. And it seems to me that this is probably the easiest way to enter European life. That's Cyprus specifically. So here you can buy property, you can get documents.
Sooner or later to get this wonderful option.
Yes.